Hello, I will present about reliance on God as a core construct of Islamic psychology. The first is introduction. Reliance on God is considered one of the major Islamic virtues. It is also one of the stages in spiritual development and one of the steps for those who are convinced of their faith. Indeed, it is the high strength for individuals who seek proximity to God. Books on Islamic faiths, example Gracia Al-Ghazali 1972, have devoted a chapter to this concept. Reliance on God has been considered an important stage of spiritual advancement in Islamic spirituality. Safari Khurasani 2008. Ibn al-Arabi 1972 considers it a preparatory stage to be ready for spiritual journey. Considers it is preparatory stage to be ready for a spiritual journey. For this reason, when he described Prophet Muhammad's nocturnal journey, he talks about reliance on God and its impact for the preparation for this journey. Reliance on God also is one of the widely used coping strategies among Muslims in this stressful situation. There are various religious and spiritual coping strategies that Muslim people use in times of distress. One of these coping strategies is reliance on God, tawakkul, which is recommended in Quran and tradition. Reliance on God has cognitive, emotional, behavioral, and relation components. In a cognitive conception, individuals perceive God as the first order cause of everyday events. Nothing, nothing can take nothing can take place without permission from divine being. Nothing can nothing can take place without permission from divine being. In the emotional level, individuals in the emotional event, individuals attain rate. In the emotional level, individuals attain rate in the emotional. In the emotion, in the emotion, in the emotional level, individuals attain readiness and inclination to put their trust in God and find Him sufficient to take care of them. Its behavioral component, which is easy. Its behavioral component, which is easy, observable, means carrying out individuals learn through permissible and lawful means of action. In a relation level, speaking God, proximity and believing in His availability and support are considered crucial. In the following section, reliance on God has been treated as a spiritual virtue as considered in Quranic verses and stories. It also has been considered as a psychological construct in determining. It also has been considered as a psychological construct in determining individuals' well-being. Spiritual attachment and reliance on God. Reliance on God has been used as a coping strategy by prophets and believers in stressful situations. The relationship between reliance on God and individual attachment to Him has been established in Islamic theology. To Him has been established in Islamic theology. Since individuals who rely on God in this stressful situation have a solid perception of His availability omnipotence, omnipresence, and accessibility. They also believe on God's responsiveness in times of crisis and need. Therefore, a set of assumptions about God's attributes. Therefore, a set of assumptions about God's attributes and nature of his relation with his servants are prerequisites. His servants are prerequisite to make individuals ready to rely on him. The set of belief system are the set of belief system are previously explained and attributed to the attackment figures. Therefore, theoretical is plausible to make connection between reliance on God and attachment to Him. Reliance on God is an active coping strategy similar to the collaborative coping style introduced by Park, by Parkman 100, 2000, 100, 190, 1972, by Parkman 1992, 1997. Individuals with a secure attainment style are more inclined to choose collaborative approach while individuals with an anxious and avoidant attainment choose self-directive approach. Since reliance on God and collaborative coping strategy are similar to each other in some respects, it is logical to hypothesize that possible significant relation exists between reliance on God and spiritual attainment. In fact, one of the studies verified the significant relation, Kubari 2008, connecting relation and God to the theory of attainment. Providence use a better understanding of reliance on God as a psychological concept. Operationalizing the contract. As mentioned in the previous section, reliance on God was conceptualized by current author as a psychological construct. After review major Islamic texts in addition of Quranic verse, three important dimensions of reliance on God were identified. The first A is cognitive dimension, attribution of okay. The first is cognitive dimension, attribution of occurrence to the divine will. Nothing can take place without divine permission. B. Emotional dimension, with an assurance to God's mercifulness, availability, and willingness to help individuals feel secure, tranquil, and accept a desired outcome even in seemingly uncomfortable situation. And C. Behavioral dimension, selecting the most efficient available and lawful action which is available to reach desired outcome. Content analysis of content content analysis of our semi-scriptural interviews with individuals coming from various demographic backgrounds also show these three dimensions. Therefore, we base our preliminary conceptualizing of reliance on God on this. Our aim was conduct a scale in large scale. We use information from the literature review and interviews with right scenarios. The final format of the scale was designed in one hypothetical scenario situation, each eliciting its response various degrees from the respondent in A. Attribution of the occurrence to a defined degrees, self-initiated action, collaborative endeavor of define with self, reliance on God, significant significant others, significant others, and natural law. B. Behavioral dimension, coping modality, putting the responsibility of managing situation to one of the previously mentioned agencies. And C. The most probable emotional stage in encounter. Therefore, each situation scenario we design 13 we design 13 probable response, 5 for attribution domain, and 5 for behavioral domain, and 3 for emotional domain. Each respondent would choose combination of 13 choice for each situation with various degrees from 1 to 5 based on their readiness to respond and attitudinal disposition. Therefore, the scale provided each individual a profile of behavioral readiness, attribution style, emotional state. In several studies, psychometric properties of this scale has been proven to be adequate. Criterion on construct validity of this scale were appropriate. Internal consistency as 0.88 for behavioral domain, 0.85 for attribution domain, and 0.92 for the total scale. Reliance on gut mental health and well-being. Mental health and well-being studies show that seeking spiritual comfort and God's guidance in decision-making is tied, tied to a greater well-being. Mercer, Lawton, and Falkenberg 1995. Moreover, spirituality-based coping is related to more positive effect. Parchment et al. Parchment et al. 90 salah. Parchment et al. 1900 salah. 1995 and better mental status. Parchment et al. 1995. Science reliance on God is one of the spiritual coping strategies in Islamic spirituality. We expect to find a significant relation between individuals' degrees of reliance on God and their mental health. Some studies carried out in this area advocate this. One of the studies relationships between reliance on God, anxiety, and a degree of hopefulness in university student was studied. Kubari 2004. Results indicate that there was a significant negative relation between reliance on God and anxiety. P is less than pass. On God and anxiety, P is less than 0.05, and also significant positive relation were found between reliance on God and hopefulness is P is less P is less than 0.05, as well as reliance on God and vaccines is P is less than 0.05. In another study, relationship between reliance on God and mental health status of college students, as measured by HCL 19 in another study, as measured by HCL. By SCL90R were studied Kubari and Satri 2006. The study revealed that depression in college students was negatively associated with student reliance on God. And you can see, and the last is discussion. Discussion. Reliance on God is a spiritual virtue according to the Quran and Prophet Muhammad tradition. It is a multidimensional contract as illustrated by Islamic scholar Al-Ghazali 2001. From centuries ago, Muslims have used reliance on God as a coping strategy to deal with challenging events of life. In the light of new psychological paradigms, such a statement, such as the attachment to God, religious attribution, religious coping, and reliance on God, can be studied in the context of psychological paradigm. Current review was an attempt to bring this concept from Islamic theology to the field of psychology, in addition to to emphasizing spiritual and theological connotation of this concept. Current author tried to show its relation of psychological paradigms like attachment to God and spiritual coping strategies that is developed a procedure to operationalize the construct to measure empirically was discussed in this paper, and connection between reliance on God and some other psychological constructs were discussed briefly. Future challenge will focus primarily on exploring the development of reliance on God in children, adolescents, and young adults. Thank you for watching, and let me introduce myself. My name is Anggita Rismayasoka. I'm from Islamic Psychology Class 2B of IN Surakarta, and my ID number is 2011411072. See you.